As I'm recording this, we are coming to the end of the year. It's December 19th, 2024. And it's 11:11 as I'm recording this. So I always find that this time of year is really good for reflection. Of course, it is reflecting on the year that's passed. It might be that, everything has been absolutely amazing within your business and your life. There's so much to celebrate. Or it might be that there are certain things that you found difficult, especially in that growth period in your business. As you're scaling your business, you've got big goals, and sometimes there can be challenges along the way. Whatever it is that you are reflecting on, first of all, is always a good exercise to do it. So if you haven't done it already, set yourself some time over the next couple of weeks, and take that time to reflect on the significance of what you have achieved. Because even if it feels like you've just been walking through treacle, as a lot of my clients will say, it will do you good to reflect on everything that you've achieved, because you will have achieved things. So the focus of this video today is for you to really look at how human design can help you to tap into your superpowers and basically remember who the fuck you are. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. So many of my clients talk about the fingernail climb to the top. So they've created success, or like a version of success within their business. They've worked really hard. They've sacrificed. They've been full into their trauma and deep conditioning of, you've got to hustle to make money, you've got to work hard, you've got to initiate, all of the things that we talk about in human design, where we are deeply, deeply conditioned to have this image of success. What does that look like? What does it take to grow a successful business or to create a successful project? And actually what happens is that we lose a part of ourselves in the process. And I went to see a brilliant movie the other day. You might have seen it. It's Wicked. And I love that movie. I was very honoured to see it on Broadway about 13 years ago. It was amazing. It took my breath away. And of course, now we have, as I'm recording this, now we have the newly launched movie version of it. And I was away. I've been away in Egypt, and I was away when it first came out. So I'm a little bit behind on the story at the moment, because I've been away. But I came back, and myself and my partner went to see it at the cinema. A wonderful afternoon matinee, and I cried all the way through, especially at the scene where, if you go and see it on the Broadway show, it's like the close of Act 1, where Elzevir sings Defying Gravity. So look, if you've never seen it before, if you don't know the story, there's no spoiler alerts in here. I'm not going to give the game away, but go and see it. Go and see the movie, because it has a wonderful storyline and a theme to it. But what really stood out for me is that when I was watching the movie, so you've got like the good witch, Glinda, and then you have the evil witch, Elzevir, and that's the story that was in the Wizard of Oz. But Wicked paints a different story, and the complexity of the characters and the relationships that they build. But what I noticed about Glinda in Wicked is that she is such a champion for self-promotion and visibility and self-love and self-confidence. And what she does is she enables Elzevir. Elphaba. Why do I keep saying Elzevir? It's because I want to say Elzebeth. Elphaba. She enables her, she empowers her So if you watch her in the film, she's like, you're so beautiful, you're this, you're that, you're so amazing. And what is happening with Alphaba, this is how much I know the movie, and I don't even know her name, Alphaba, is that she is very disempowered, the way that she's been brought up, lack of confidence, ashamed of her powers, embarrassed, feeling not good enough, like imposter syndrome, right? Can we relate to this? How many times have you felt like that in your life, especially if you've been brought up in a very disempowering environment, which she has? So she's this incredible person with these amazing powers and gifts that she is suppressing because she's so afraid of her own magnificence, and she's worried about the opinions of others and being laughed at and ridiculed, and that she's not good enough, is that she's hiding it. So she's created this mask where she protects herself. And what Glinda does is Glinda helps her to slowly remove that and to actually see her own significance and how amazing she is. And then the scene, the final scene of this movie, because there's going to be another one that's coming out, and Act 1 in the Broadway show, is that Elzevir is actually then so aligned with her values and the injustice of what's going on. She rises up very, very powerfully, and she owns her freaking power. And she does it in a very dramatic way with a beautiful song, Defying Gravity. Like, she absolutely rocks it. And that's end of Act 1. And then we need to wait for the rest of it, right? So I want you to imagine that Glinda is human design. So we're all Alphaba, okay? We are kind of going through life. Some of us absolutely, tapping into that success and creating and living in abundance. And then some of us not quite so. And we have these wonderful superpowers that live within inside of us. But sometimes we're afraid, sometimes we don't see it, sometimes we're not even aware of it, we don't know what our purpose is, we can't tap into it, we can't access it. And sometimes, and a lot of the time, and this is what I hear from women that I speak to time and time again, is that the imposter syndrome comes in. We don't want to kind of be a show off, we're a people pleaser, or we're worried about being judged, we're worried about being criticized, we're worried about being rejected, which is the biggest fear that we have as humans, because if we get rejected, we die, basically. So it's a fear of death. Because when we were rejected in the olden days, we wouldn't have any fire, so we wouldn't have warmth, we wouldn't have food, we wouldn't have protection, so therefore we'd die. We'd die. So fear of rejection is basically fear of death. All of our fears are fear of death, really, when you boil it all down. So, so you're suppressing yourself, and you're not showing up in that way because of the worries and the fears that bring you down. And then what human design does is like, hey, I'm Glinda. I'm really confident. Well, the character isn't quite so when you really go into it. But let's look surface area, and let's look at human design, because human design is confident. Human design does love itself. Human design does own and stand up and is not worried about what other people think. Human design is there as a tool for you to be able to tap into, to really be able to see your own value and create abundance and prosperity off the back end of it. So human design is like Elzevir, is like Glinda, who is saying, hey, look how amazing you are. This is who you are. This is your type. You are designed to be like this. How amazing is that? This is your incarnation cross. This is your broader purpose in life. This is your profile. This is like the container that you live in your life, your zones of genius, what you're so good at, and how you can help others step into their zone of genius. These are all your centers. They're defined, or they're undefined, or they're open. Okay, these are like the energies that you can play with. This is where you're really consistent, and the spaces that you can sell from. This is your hero's journey and the things that you want to learn about the most. And hey, this is your environment, right? So this is where you are designed to thrive. This is where you can create abundance. Human design presents itself to you in that way. So what you can do is, when you really step into this work, when you really step into this practice, human design enables you, it empowers you to be like, fuck yeah, I'm amazing. Like, this is what I'm really good at. This is my zone of genius. This is where this is the energy that I can tap into. And guess what? Human design also gives me a strategy in order to enable that. Because if there's one thing that I'd love for you to take away today from this video, is that, you are amazing. You are amazing. Just like Elphaba in Wicked. You have these incredible superpowers that need to be opened up into this world even more so than you're doing at the moment. So, it's more than likely, if you're watching this, that you already have a business, you've hustled and you've created the success on the back of the hustle. Isn't it time now to stop the fingernail climb to the top and actually start to own your own power and rise up, defy gravity? And human design is a wonderful tool for you to do that. So this is what I invite you to do. We're coming to the end of the year. Take some time out, please, to reflect on everything that you've achieved. And while you're at it, take some time out, look back through the whole of your life and see what you've created, see what you've achieved. This is one of the very first exercises that I share with my clients when they first come and work with me, is to really write down all of your achievements, because we carry our achievements in our aura. The more you can own that, the more you can really carry that with confidence. Every room that you walk into, every stage that you speak on, every video that you record, every course, webinar that you present, you are carrying your achievements in your aura. Because when you start to really own that and start to see yourself for your own power and zone of genius, then you can stand up confidently. And that is how you attract clients and opportunities, because clients are looking to you for confidence. They might not feel particularly confident in what they want to create on their own. So they're looking to you to borrow some of your confidence. And in order to lead them, in order to be an Aquarian leader, is about enabling them and their confidence by empowering them from your confidence. And then really take the opportunity to reflect on your human design. If you don't know what your human design is, you can go over to my website, abigailrebecca.com, and go to look up your chart, and you can do that for free. And then if you really want to understand what your human design is, you can order your human design visibility guide, which is a 40-page guide. And it's about your bespoke human design. So you give us your birth details, and we will create a beautifully presented 40-page document that will tell you all about your human design. And if you already have your copy, I want to invite you to sit down and read it over this festive period. Okay, and really soak up the wisdom from that. And if you don't have yours already, as I'm recording this, you still have time to order it for Christmas, and order it in time for yourself, just to sit down and give yourself the gift of human design and really take some time, not just to read it, but to live it, embody it, breathe it. Look at how you are designed to operate, and then set some goals for next year as to what you want to create and what you want to achieve. And, if your goals are to scale business and grow your business and to create success and wealth as a projector, and all human design types, but especially as projector, that is why I'm here. Okay, because that's my zone of genius, and that's what I'm here to help you do. So this is going to be my last video before the festive season. I just want to say thank you so much for all of your love and support this year. And whatever you are celebrating, I hope you have an amazing time. Happy winter solstice. That's going to be in the next few days. Yeah, just wishing you so much love and abundance for the year ahead. Lots of love, and I'll see you next year.